Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Joe the Fan here with Shano Max. Shano, let's talk about power rankings in the NFL. We'll talk about the last five or the bottom five, in your opinion, where it should be, and the top five for the NFL currently heading into week 14.
So yeah, bottom five here. Bottom five. I think at my five spots of the fifth worst team, I have the New York Giants. They're only 2-11 on the season, and I mean that's not a good record at all. Obviously, I have a couple teams below them with 3 wins, or actually one team below them with 3 wins that I think is worse. But the reason why I have them above them is because outside of last week, though, against the Patriots, they've at least been competitive in their games.
Right.
Right. So at least they've been showing some effort and stuff like that. And that's it with them losing a coach already because Dayball got fired. Right. So that's why I'm not putting them lower than the fifth worst, but I think they are the fifth worst team in the NFL. Fourth worst, I have the Arizona Cardinals. They're 3-9, so they have one more win than the Giants. But the Cardinals, they just look bad right now. They have major quarterback issues. It looks like Kyler Murray is going to be his last year there. Looks like they're done with that experiment. He's going to be gone. Their defense actually hasn't been bad, though. That's like one of their pluses. They're about middle of the pack in the league. I think what hurts them in their defense, I think their defense could actually be better. It's just that their offense can't score and doesn't stay on the field very long. So their defense gets worn out, right?
Right.
My third worst team, I think, in the league I have is the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders. They're 2-10 on the season. Their offense is terrible. They are god-awful. They can't do anything on offense. Their defense isn't bad, and they have some good players like Max Crosby and stuff like that, but they have the same problem the Cardinals do. Their offense can't move the ball, and they just get gassed. And then that's when their defense starts giving up huge plays. If you look at the Raiders games, early games, they're usually pretty close, and then second half, just teams just walk over them.
Right.
And I think that's the main reason why. My bottom two, I have a tie. I have a tie between the Saints and the Titans, between the worst two teams. Both these teams are terrible. I can't believe that the Saints weren't huge sellers at the trade deadline. If I were them, I would have traded Kamara for anything I could have gotten for him. Right? He's an older running back that's going to be off the team probably after this year. Why not sell him and get something for him? Right? Some contender would have given me like a 5th or 6th round pick for him at least. You know, I'm surprised they didn't do that. Olave, I could maybe sell too. He is a little bit younger, but I mean, it's not helping you right now, and they're terrible. And then the Titans, they're ranked 32nd in offense, so dead last in the league in offense, and they're 27th on defense. And so they're almost a lock to be guaranteed. But you know this, December 28th, this is going to be the toilet bowl of all toilet bowls. The Saints play the Titans. Whoever loses that game will get the first overall pick.
First overall pick, yep.
So December 28th, that's a key date on the calendar coming up. Saints at Titans, this is going to be a terrible game to watch. But whoever loses is going to get that first overall pick. So that kind of brings some intrigue to it.
Get your popcorn ready for that one. All right,
I'll be losing on purpose.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm looking at the future for mine. And it's very similar to what you have. But I, fifth worst, I would say here, the Minnesota Vikings. And let me explain why. McCarthy, JJ is trash, and they're going to be suffering next year. I mean, I don't think they're going to, you could talk about the Cleveland Browns, the Titans, the Jets, yada, yada. Okay, that's fantastic because you went with the Giants. I think the Giants has a future here. I don't think Minnesota has a future. I think they're going to be really bad.
Yeah, and they got rid of Sam Darnold, who's looked really good this year in Seattle.
Right.
Because they basically put all their trust in JJ McCarthy, and that looked like that's backfiring on them big time.
Yeah. I'm going to disagree with you on I'm going to have to put the Browns there at 4. You're not listen, you can only go to certain quarterbacks. I mean, the whole with the Watson now, Gabriel, Dylan Gabriel, is concussion protocol. Who knows what's going to happen to him? Sanders, who'd you beat? The Raiders? Really? I mean, I don't know. That bringing up the Raiders, that's going to be my third one because I think it might be one and done for Pete Carroll. He's getting old. You got old, baby. Let's really be honest. Okay. He's got a good tight end. Running back is young. So there's some future there. You need a quarterback. That's what you need.
I view kind of like Pete Carroll as kind of like the Ron Rivera of the Skins. Where
Yeah.
I think they brought him in as more of like a culture change type guy. Where like, hey, the Raiders have been bad for a while now. He has at least a winning pedigree, and he's a pro. I mean, he's a good coach, but he is getting old. I agree with you. But he could teach that organization some things about like how to act like a pro team. So I think that was their thinking when they hired him, but it just hasn't worked.
I'm going to flip flop here. I'm going to go with Tennessee at 2 and then 1. It can go either way, but 1, of course, New Orleans Saints.
December 28th, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, I misspoke there. It was the Saints, and then of course, you've got the Tennessee Titans. I think Tennessee has the talent. The problem is the coaching. So it's going to take some time. I see in 3 years they might be back. I mean, if you're saying that, hey, this guy's a one and done, et cetera, like the guy in the Jets, okay, he should be one and done. But there's going to be some job opening, and if they get rid of Tennessee's coach, that I would take that. If I was a coach, I would take that job over the Raiders any day. The Raiders is a mess.
Tennessee blows my mind because I don't know why they ever got rid of Vrabel, and you see what he's doing in New England.
Yeah,
I mean, you had a good coach there. Like, why would you get rid of him? I have no idea. He had a bad season, but I mean, it's a bad season. It happens, right? But I mean, Vrabel's like a really good coach, and but now they're going to be on that coaching carousel trying to find their guy.
Absolutely. Let's go to the top 5. I'll go first here. My fifth favorite or fifth, I would have to go with the 49ers. The 49ers are, I mean, you got Salah with the defense. He's on there. He's doing great. Purdy, they've had some injury bug. I mean, so do the Skins, but I mean, Kyle Shanahan does a lot of things with them. So yeah, I think 5th would be, of course, the San Francisco 49ers. The 4th, hate to say it, but the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, they made some moves in the offseason, and now Dallas, I mean, their offense is a machine. I think Schottenheimer has done an amazing job on the offensive side. Defense, they need some pieces. Especially, I mean, when are they ever going to fix the secondary? Let's really be honest here. I mean, it's been years for them on that. For 3rd, I could go Denver. I could go Buffalo here. I'm going to go Buffalo. They need some help. The problem is they're getting older, and they're trying to do the Washington Skins way. They're just putting a Band-Aid on it, and they're not doing anything about it. Coleman's a great pickup. You when you have Kincaid hurt, that's great. It's not that great, okay? But their offensive line, their D needs some help. So I'm going to go with the Bills for 3rd. 2nd, I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears right now. They're hot. They've done some stuff. The defense, hey, you're talking about the midway, as the Bears' old defense. I mean, they're coming back, man. They're coming now. They can't stop the run to save their life, but I see a year or two, their offense is looking better. Yeah, one is hard for me. I could lean Seattle, but I'm going to go with the Rams here. The Rams were my early pick to go to the Super Bowl, so I'm going to stick with them. I think Stafford has it. I'm not taking anything away from Seattle, but Darnold scares me a little bit. Their defense is amazing. But there's some time when you see Sam Darnold out there, it's like, am I getting the good Darnold or am I getting the bad Darnold? So wouldn't sway anybody to go over, Seattle, or maybe take Seattle and eliminate Buffalo. I don't know, but I'm going to stick with the Rams at 1. What say you?
That's a pretty good top 5. I have some teams in there. I have a couple that are a little different than you. Number 5 for me, I agree with you. I have the 49ers in there at number 5. They are currently 9-4, so they're not in the top 5 ranking wise if you look at the NFL. But they had a lot of injuries this year, and Kyle Shanahan has still kept that team afloat, and they're still winning, and they're getting healthy, and they're getting healthy right now, and they're still a really, really good team. Kyle Shanahan still draws up offenses like the best of them. Saleh is back in where he should be, I think, is that defensive coordinator role.
Right.
And their defense has lost some key pieces. They lost Joey Bosa. They lost Wagner. Not Wagner. The middle linebacker. They lost him as well.
Fred.
Warner. Yeah, I was thinking Wagner. I was like, that's Skins.
Yeah.
That's the wrong one.
Yeah.
But he still has that team competitive on defense as well. I like the 49ers at 5, and I actually have 3 in that division. My number 4 is I have the Rams at number 4. Stafford is playing at a really good level. He's like MVP level. I think right now he's the favorite to win the MVP. It's between him and Drake May, I think, for the Patriots.
Yeah.
As the top 2 there for MVP voting, like odds wise. And their defense is really, really, really good. Defense is really good. They're 9-3 for the year. The team I have ahead of them in that same division, even though they lost to the Rams, and I'm putting the Seahawks at 3. They lost to the Rams, but that was a close game. It was 21-19 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a game where Sam Darnold threw 4 picks in. If he doesn't throw those 4 picks, the Seahawks would easily have beaten them, right? And I know that's a kudos to the Rams defense there. And what you were saying that, Darnold that sometimes can he's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde sometimes, right? But the Seahawks team it's a really well-built team, from top to bottom. Number 2, I have a team that the Skins just played last week. I have the Broncos at number 2. They've won 8 straight games or 9 straight games. It's hard to go against that. Even though their strength of schedule has not been that great. That's the one thing I have against them. They have the 29th strength of schedule. That's the main reason why I don't have the Bears in here either. In my top 5, the Bears aren't my number 1 team. Bears' strength of schedule is 31, and their defense has been not great this whole year. They're starting to get a little better. Still can't stop the run, like you said. So that's why I don't have the Bears in. But I do have the Denver in. Denver has a good defense, and that defense will keep them in most games. And Bo Nix, while he's not, I don't think it's great. He's not spectacular. He hasn't playing he's not playing like Stafford or Drake May's level, but he does enough to keep them in games. So I have Denver at number 2, and then on my number 1 spot, they have the best record in the league. I'm going with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel's turning that team back around. He's going back to that old Patriot way where he used to play. Drake May is playing out of his mind. He's playing incredible. The only knock I have against them is the same thing, strength of schedule. They have the 32nd easiest strength of schedule.
Right.
So they have a very easy schedule this year, but they still have some pretty quality wins mixed in there. Like they beat the Bills in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
So I like the Patriots, man. Their defense is really, really good. Their offense is humming. Drake May's 3rd in the league in passing yards right now. They're a good team, and I have them as my number 1 spot right now for my power rankings.
Yeah, I could have put New England in there. The thing was, again, strength of schedule, so that's why I didn't select New England. I didn't take Denver there. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna get some bad emails or whatever now, but but I'll tell you this: I did not put the Chiefs in there, nor did I put Philly.
No, I didn't put either one either. You put the Cowboys in there. If the Cowboys, the only thing that held me back from the Cowboys is their record. They're currently out of the playoffs. Future-wise, I agree with you. And I think those moves they made at the trade deadline really helped their defense. And their defense has played better since then.
Right.
They got Williams from the Jets, and they got that linebacker from the Bengals. I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
Yeah.
But they traded for both of them, and their defense has improved a lot. And like you said, their offense right now is humming. They easily have the best offensive league right now. They can score on anybody right now.
Yeah. There's other teams, Indy, but I think Indy is hurting a little bit. Tampa could have been another one, but you know, it varies from week to week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one said the Indy for us. Indy, I think they had a great start to the season. Now Daniel Jones is hurt, right? He's not 100%. And I think teams are starting to figure out once you stop their run game, they're a little bit they come back down to earth and a little bit more beatable. You know,
Yeah.
Well, Jonathan Taylor's having a great year, but if you can contain him and keep him under 100 yards, the team's not the same team.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
neither is for the Packers either.
No, no. Even though I think the Packers take care of the Bears this Sunday, it just, yeah. I mean, one can look at Houston because they're starting to turn it around. They're getting healthy.
Yeah, and that defense is good.
Yeah,
real good. That's going to be a game of the week this week, probably the Houston KC game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
we'll
absolutely.
See. Almost an elimination game. Definitely for probably KC. KC definitely needs to win that one.
Yeah,
but they're 6-6 now. They lose and go 6-7. Their season's pretty much done. I think.
Right.
Because there's to be too many teams ahead of them, and there's like too many teams that they're competing with for the wild card that they lost to, because they already lost to Jacksonville, and they already lost to who's the other AFC team they lost to? Off the top of my head, that's like in the playoff race. But anyways, I'm looking it up now. They lost to the Broncos. They lost to the Cowboys, obviously on Thanksgiving. They lost to the Bills. Bills are fighting for a wild card. So they lost to the Bills and they lost to Jacksonville. So that's like 2 tiebreakers, and they lost to the Chargers. So that's 3 tiebreakers. They're going in for that wild card that they're losing. And then the Texans are fighting for a wild card too. And if they lose to them, I mean, their season's pretty much done, because they would lose all the head-to-head tiebreakers if they have the same record at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those are our top 5 and bottom 5. Fans, tell us what you think. And of course, it could be either way. I mean, it's not like we're copying off. This is our opinion, obviously. It's not like we're copying off the NFL power rankings, right? But everybody has their own opinion on stuff. I could have went New England. I mean, I think Buffalo. I kind of feel bad for Buffalo because the Sabres are losing right now. But so show some love to Buffalo there. But fans, tell us what you think. Leave a comment, please. We are over 3,500 subscribers and growing. And don't forget to hit that like button. And tell your friends about us. And we will definitely see you next time. From everyone from Just Win Bets, baby. Have a good night and take care. Happy holidays from everyone here at Just Win Bets, baby.